doing?
Hey.
How are you done applauding? Nicky Jam is right here. Make some noise.
Hello. How y'all doing? How y'all doing?
Oh, man. Nicky, welcome. Thank you so much for being here. First of all, congratulations on so much. You just, I saw today, nominated for what, like 9 Billboard? That's 9. You hear that?
Yeah.
Round of applause for that.
Awesome.
How does that feel, man? That's got to be incredible.
Feels good. I mean, just to be nominated is a blessing from God. I mean, I mean, there's 9 nominations, so at least I'll take something home, right?
Right, you got it. The odds are in your favor.
I need to take something home. I mean, 9 nominations. I don't win something, I'll be really mad.
At that point, right? Like,
9 nominations, like, and the winner is and somebody else.
Nicky, there you go. You've already won.
I'm joking.
Oh, well, speaking of blessings from God, man, also congratulations. You just got married, didn't you?
Yeah.
It like literally just happened, right? I was like,
yeah, like 2 or 3 days ago.
Why are you here? Where's your honeymoon?
That's the life of a musician, you know. You got to be on the road. I mean, she knew that. She knew that before she got married.
Fair
but
enough.
I still got the honeymoon coming up. I think February.
Where are you guys going? What are you thinking? Oh, you don't have to tell us. That's probably.
I can't tell you.
Yeah, don't
that,
tell
man.
us. Don't tell us.
You know they'll get there with cameras. And
yeah,
stuff.
exactly. I forgot. But that's still congratulations. That's a beautiful thing. I won't harp too much on the wedding. I just got married back in the summer, and it's a beautiful thing. I got to get those thank yous done yet. Never too early.
It is. I mean, I did it because I mean, you know,
Gotta get 'em out.
she's the only one that made me feel that my, you know, it's real, you know.
Yeah.
And this music industry is kind of crazy. So I said, you know what? I mean, I love this woman, and I got to make her. I want to marry her in front of the whole world. I don't care, you know.
Beautiful.
I did it.
Well, one more time on that. Congratulations, guys. Round of applause to you and your lovely wife. It's a beautiful thing. To many, many more. I want to talk to you. We're going to talk obviously about Fénix, but I was saying before you came out here, you have, I think, one of the craziest, most awesome stories. And I literally want to go back to the beginning because I think there's a lot of things you've experienced that nobody else has, things that you can speak to, that we can learn from, or just to hear about because it sounds fascinating to me. So when I say I want to go back to the beginning,
okay.
I'm going back to day one, all right?
Wow.
You were born in Boston.
Yeah.
But then you moved to Puerto Rico at 11. You didn't speak a word of Spanish, is that right?
Word of Spanish. Yeah.
Now, things are terrifying when you're a kid to begin with, but I can't even fathom what that was like going in there, almost starting over in a way. Was music sort of your gateway, sort of how you became immersed in the culture and started to learn the language, or do you even remember those early days? 11 sounds like a lot, but that's way back, so it's hard to remember, like, 11.
When I was 8 years old in Lawrence, Massachusetts, there was a talent show, and people were like doing everything, you know, their shows, and I said, I'm just gonna go up there and freestyle because I could rap, and that's what I was doing back in the 90s. And I got on stage, I started rapping, and I fell in love with hip hop, and then I moved to Puerto Rico. When I went to Puerto Rico when I was 10 years old, I mean, first of all, the music that people was listening to was reggae music. They listened to hip hop, but mostly reggae music. And it's the first I was living in front of a place where they had a party, and I was 10 years old, so I was looking by the window, and they were dancing reggae music, but you know, like their bodies were really like, oh my God, and I wasn't used to that in the States. In the States, everybody danced separated, you know, and I fell in love with it. It was so sexy, it was so nice. I liked the rhythm, and I said, this is what I want to do. Everybody in the streets from Puerto Rico was like, yo, I see you got talent, but if you don't know Spanish, you're not going nowhere. So that's what made me say, I got to learn the language. And now I think I speak better Spanish than English. It's funny.
Well, that's kind of leads me to why I bring that up to begin with, because it's not just the language barrier and overcoming that and learning that, but you also were kind of there to sort of see the birth of a genre of music and sort of like see.
You could say I'm part of that.
You're
birth.
part of that birth, exactly.
Not knowing the language.
I don't get. It's not every day that somebody comes in here. I get to like talk to the dude that played jazz for the first time. Like, you don't get to meet the birth of a genre that often.
It's true if you put it that way.
So
yeah.
that's why I'm saying, like, we got to go back. We got to learn from this. What was that time like? Whenever something new is introduced or whenever something new comes out, it's always met with opposition because it's new and scary. Was there any of that at that time, or was this something that became so big because it was embraced and loved? Like, what was it like?
Well, you know, we started out on mixtapes, and people at first didn't like the music because obviously the lyrics were really, you know, in that time were really hard lyrics, to sing. It was something that, and police will take your CDs away if you were listening to our music back in the days. I mean, I was young, so I didn't care. I'm like, you know what, I'll sing anything. I just want to be in the movement. And I felt it was cool at the time. Obviously, I didn't have no kids, and I wasn't 35 years old like I am now. But it was fun, and it was crazy. I remember somebody from the radio saying, that music is only going to last a year. It's been already 25 years and we're still here, and I mean, the music is changed a lot. I mean, we don't sing those bad words anymore, at least reggaeton music. The Spanish trap music is something different, but the reggaeton music, the lyrics are more nicer, and it's for every kind of crowd.
You were part of that movement too, of sort of like showing that vulnerable side and like expressing that within that genre of music, like saying like, this is cool too, to talk this way. You don't only have to talk about like, I'm bad and this is it.
Exactly.
You could say, I'm a human, I've got other problems and emotions, and talk about them. You talk about the music changing, and that kind of takes us on the journey. We're going to go like in a little time machine and kind of take it one step at a time.
Okay.
So it starts to change. There's more of like bless you. There's more of like an electro pop influence and stuff. And early 2000s, you go through a lot of different things, a lot of different struggles, trials and tribulations, which we're not, that's been talked about. What I'm more interested is the other side of that coin is when you go to Colombia. You play that first show. Well, I get a little applause there. Yeah, you can applaud for Colombia. You should.
Of course.
Nothing wrong with that.
And after I say what I'm going to say, you're going to applaud more. So.
Yeah. So you go out to that. What got you onto that stage? What brought you to Colombia? What got you to sort of climb back onto this throne? And what about that space?
Well, in Puerto Rico, it's very competitive. And the way it is like if you're not popping in the moment, they will tell you in your face like that. Like, hey, you know what? You're not nice anymore. We don't like you. Like that, like what's wrong with you? You used to be good. You used to be nice in the music. But in Colombia, it's a different mentality. In Colombia, they would call my music classics. In Puerto Rico, they would call my music old music. So I don't think they did it with a bad intention in Puerto Rico. It's just a different mentality. It's a competitive mentality where they want the newest always. So when I was already, everybody know my story. I was in drugs, alcohol, everything, all the bad things I went through in Puerto Rico. They called me in Colombia and say, hey, we want to do a show with you. And they mentioned all the artists that was going to be there. And I'm like, why me? I mean, I'm I don't even have a new song out. And they're like, they want you over there. So they told me they were going to give me like $2,000. Like, wow, that's a lot of money. I need it right now. You know what I'm saying? I need to pay the rent. I got 3 kids, I got on a plane. When I got on a plane, I had fans everywhere in Colombia in the airport waiting for me. And in that moment, I was weighing like 250 pounds. I didn't have no music. I was still in drugs. My mind was, I didn't have, that security inside me. And they were like, Nicky, you're a legend. And we love you, and your music are classics, and we love your songs and all that. I'm like, legend, man, I'm broke. You know what I'm saying? I didn't feel that way. I didn't feel that way, but it made me feel good. So it started out like that. I started doing a couple of shows in Colombia, and then I realized that when I listened to the radio stations, they have all the new music, but they have a day or 2 days for the classics, what they call classics. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, wow, man, I love this country. And other than that, a lot of people have this hype about Colombia, and they see Pablo Escobar, prostitution, and all of this, and all these bad things and drugs. That's not what I saw when I went to Colombia. I seen a country with a lot of culture. I seen people that are very intelligent. I see that they'll stop to do whatever they're doing to help you. They can have the worst jobs in the world for us thinking, and they can have a smile in their face. I seen guys making a line with their taxis, their small little midget taxis, and they're there waiting to, do their job, and they're just washing, they're washing their cars and everything, and having a good time, smiling. And I seen people in Christmas exchanging gifts, and I'm talking about gifts like socks, and they're happy. And I'm over here, man, you give me socks in Puerto Rico, man, it's gonna be a fight, you know what I'm saying? And their smiles was like, thank you. You come to think of it, we all need socks, you know what I'm saying? I leave my socks in all the hotels. So I'm like, you know what, it's beautiful. I even seen a girl give, because you know, obviously I was hanging around with different families, and I seen a girl give a scarf to her aunt, and it was a used scarf, and she was really happy. I'm not saying that all Colombia is like that.
Right.
I'm talking about what I fell in love with when I went over there. And Medellin, Colombia is always the weather is always the same. It's always beautiful, and the food is awesome. And I said, I'm gonna live here. I don't care. I'm gonna stay here. And I realized that if you have one hit national song in Colombia, you can make more than 45, 55 million views in that moment. I said, what if I do a #1 hit in Colombia? So I had that as a focus. So what I did is I came out with a song. It's called Piensas en mí. And I did this video with $300. Yeah. And I did it in a comuna called Castillas in Medellin, Colombia. Everybody was laughing because like, what's this Puerto Rican doing here, man? He's just hanging around here like he's from here. He don't care. And I did the video there, and the video did more than 45 million views. And then I did not only one #1 national hit, I did 5 #1 national hits, and my views were incredible, and it worked exactly what I said. I started bouncing from Colombia to Venezuela to Ecuador, El Salvador, Mexico, Chile, and then Chile fan base was crazy, and I got to the States. So, I mean, I have to say that I owe my career, I owe everything to Colombia. Colombia gave me everything.
You can applaud for that. That's for damn sure. Well, thank you for that. And that's what I mean by such a great story. You brought up the views, which I think is really interesting, and I wanted to ask about your perspective on sort of the role that YouTube has played and social media has played. Do you think you could have orchestrated such a masterful rise to power here if you didn't have those tools? You know what I mean?
Never in life. I mean, that was my platform. That is my platform. That was my platform to sit down with my record label and say, you know, I have this. What do you guys have for me? You know, and obviously they didn't have a lot for me because you do need the big brother to help you, you know. But I already had my platform, and I tell a lot of rappers in the streets and reggaeton artists like, hey, what I have to do? I want to be big. I want to like, man, you don't create your own platform, man. Have your social media, do your songs, do covers of different songs, and you can make it, you know, because. You don't need a record label now. Yeah. Right now, you don't need it. You probably a record label could not really help you in this moment of your career. But once you already have your platform, then you can sit down with the record label and work it out. Right. So I mean, I could say it's almost a 50 or 60% of my career.
That's amazing. Well, we got a couple of minutes left before we get to audience Q&A. Let's talk about Fénix. Let's talk about this record. Let's talk about 2017. This is a big year for you, man. You got so much going on. This particular record, it's like 26. Just every track, man, is a solid track. And some of them you put out over the years. Some of them are remixed and all that. How long have you had the idea to release this as a whole piece? How long has that been sitting in the back pocket? Have you been waiting to put it out there?
Well, you know, people be like, hey, Nicky, man, 10 years to come out with a next album. Like, come on, man. 5 years ago, people didn't want to listen to the album of Nicky Jam. So you could say from 3 years to over here, people did want to hear an album from Nicky Jam. The reason why it took so long is because I wanted to do 26 songs on an album. And normally people do 12 songs on an album. The record label was telling me I was crazy. But because obviously I have 12, I can make 2 albums with 26 songs. But I said, you know, people have been waiting for a long time, so I'm going to give them, you know, a nice album. I want to give a classic. The album has a little bit of everything. You know, it has the first intro song. It's called El Ganador, and it tells the story of my life. You know, and at first you hear the song, he's bragging about everything he has, houses, cars, blah, blah. And then you keep listening to the song, and you realize it tells you everything I had to go through to get there. And to make it even more crazier, the video, and there's a part where I say, the ship was about to sink, and now I'm doing movies with Vin Diesel. And Vin Diesel comes out in the video, and that's even more crazy. That's even more magic for the album. It's awesome. I mean, I mean, it's my baby. You know, it's Fénix. Fénix name is a name that the people gave me, because every time I came out with something like Nicky Jam, the Fénix, I'm like, Fénix, what is that? I didn't know about it, you know. So I did my research and I said, oh my God, I mean, I could relate to this so much. That's gonna be the name of my album, and that's gonna be the name of my tour. And then I seen that somebody did this drawing in Medellin of my face with
real?
the Fénix, and I said, okay, this is gonna be the cover of my album. And I promised him that. So imagine how powerful it is. I mean, I don't even do anything. The people does everything for me.
I was gonna say, like, I think there's a lot of, almost every artist will say similar things and say, like, oh, I do it for the fans, and the fans are as much a part of it. But I didn't even realize that down to the artwork, man. Like, for sure, this is a labor of
That's
love.
a wall in Medellin, a mural in Medellin, Colombia. They did for me. I wasn't in Medellin by the time they did it.
Yeah.
They tagged me. I seen it and I wrote to the girl, because it's a girl with her crew, and I told her, can I use this as the cover of my album? She's like, yeah, it's in a public wall, do whatever you want. I'm like, all right, man, I'm gonna do that. So that's what I did. So imagine how much love they have for me in Medellin, Colombia. I have a mural in Medellin, Colombia. I owe them too much, man, too much.
That's awesome, and kudos for doing that, man. That's a super cool thing to do. You've got tons, and the reason I say like 26 songs and it's like a solid album is because, like you were saying, there's a little bit of everything.
They made me skinnier too. I'm so happy
Did they
for
make
that.
you
Yeah.
skinny? Yeah, they slim you down. That's the real fan. That's how you know. That's
Yeah,
love.
because you know that when you do them selfies, you look like your face is bigger.
That's why we all hold that camera like
a
right
fatter
up here.
face, like. Or sometimes you're gonna take a picture of somebody and you comes out with the selfie and that's not me.
You mentioned Vin Diesel, and I had to bring something I wanted to show. I'm sure you guys have seen this, but I thought this was great. You were in the movie. You were in the Vin Diesel movie, the Triple
I'm
X.
the best actor in the movie. Hello.
It's incredible. But I loved it. I wanted just to play a clip. They're going to run us a second of this video of you premiering a song on the beach with Vin Diesel. Greg, you guys got that clip? Can we run that real quick? Let's take a look at this.
A Christmas tree without the lights, I will never
Yo, listen how many times. Listen to Vin say
without
number
you.
hit song. Hit number one song. Watch this. Watch
Fire. It's another hit. It's the number one hit. It's the number one hit. Number one hit. Number one hit.
How cold without the plug?
Number one hit.
Lottery ticket
With
with
no
no
luck, I can never be the one without you.
You see? Round of applause.
You know, my son's there, right? In that video.
Is that yeah?
My son's in the video. He's holding the.
That's awesome.
He's crazy.
So I brought that up for I brought it up for a bunch of reasons. One, I don't think I've ever seen people that relaxed and happy, much less Vin Diesel smile that much. So obviously your music is magic. And
Thank
two,
you.
it tricked you into singing live for everybody. So
Yeah.
Uh,
iPhone with no Wi-Fi, a cloud without the sky, a Christmas tree without the lights. I will never be alright without you.
Woo! That's what it's all about. I think that's a perfect note on that. We're going to turn it over to the audience for some questions. We got some microphones in the room. First one.
Hi, how are you? I'm
How you
excited
doing?
to be here. I've been a fan since Los Cangris days.
Wow.
So I'm very excited.
Thank you.
Who are you looking to collaborate with next and why?
In the Spanish market or English market?
In any market.
Well, in the Spanish market, I would like to work with Romeo Santos. I'm a big fan of him. Juan Luis Guerra, oh my God, I'm a huge fan. I'm already working something with Shakira, so.
What? Is that exclusive? Is that exclusive? Did we just find that out?
See the bling, man? See the. In the English market, I mean, in the numbers and all that, everything I'm doing, I see myself as the Drake in the Spanish market. So I would love to work with Drake. I mean, he's huge. I mean, he's too much. I mean, in the music, I'm a big fan. Rihanna, who doesn't want to work with Rihanna? I mean, I'm asking for too much, right? Yeah,
Gotta
man,
think big.
you gotta think big, man. Como dice Vin Diesel, say, si puedes soñarlo, puedes hacerlo. Yeah, así.
Next question. Yeah, you can applaud. That's fine. You can applaud. Who's got next?
Hey,
here.
Hi.
Taina, that's your name?
No, I'm Puerto Rican.
Oh, you're Puerto Rican. No, but it says Taina. Is that your name on the hat,
Well,
or it's
no,
just a hat?
It's just a thing. Yeah.
Okay, but I can tell you're Puerto Rican. I can feel it.
Yeah. So I'm a really big fan. Thanks for stopping along.
Thank
and
you, ma'am.
congrats on getting married.
Thank you.
And I was wondering, so since you've been in the business for such a long time, what makes you want to keep giving out your music to others? Like,
I mean, I was not doing nothing for almost 10 years. And I have so much music to give, you know? I mean, you could say I was on pause. My career was on pause, and so all I want to do is give music. I don't even care if it's a hit or if it's not. I try for it to be a hit, because the way I think of it, if it's, I get goosebumps out of singing the song, I think it's a hit, you know what I'm saying? Because that's the way I write. Like when I do a song, ya yo me cansé, no quiero ser tu amante. Te digo de mi parte que no ando más. That part right there, I'm like, wow. So what am I going to do next? Esta la hice para él. Cuando la escuche quiero estar ahí para ver. Cuando se entere y sepa que soy dueño de usted. Tal vez suene un poco mal, lo sé y no me luce. Todo es por usted. Mami, yo me siento. See, it worked. It worked. So that's how I do my music. You know, if I feel everybody get crazy in the room, you know, start dancing and all that and laughing and having a good time, it works. So that's what I want to give. I want to give my magic to the people for years. I mean, I'm going to tell you something. A 40-year-old reggaeton artist looks kind of funny, though. I'm not going to lie. Depends how I look when I'm 40 years old, you know. But if I still look good, I think I'm still going to look good at 40, I'm going to keep doing it, you know what I'm saying? Or probably, you know, just keep singing urban music, but, you know, just making it in a way that I don't look so funny.
I believe we have time for one more question. It goes right here.
Hi, Nicky. I'm so honored to be here. I just want to say today is my birthday, and this is
Happy
a
birthday.
gift from my niece, and this is the best birthday gift ever.
Oh, my God.
I just want to say I have a 15-year-old son, and he's looking
I have a 15-year-old daughter.
Oh, good. We should get together.
Oh, that's what this is about. All right. I see.
He is in the same steps you are with
In
the
the music?
English.
Oh.
With the English. He loves reggaeton, and he has trouble. He doesn't speak much Spanish, so I'm just wondering, what advice can you give me for him? Where can he start?
Move to Puerto Rico.
Good one.
And then Colombia.
Do you speak Spanish?
Yeah, I'm Dominican. I know. I don't look at
Tienes que hablar mucho español con él,
Sí,
mami.
claro que sí.
You know, I think that's very important. You know, talk to him in Spanish a lot. Because the thing is, when you live in the States, it depends what generations in your homes. If they just landed from Puerto Rico to the States, they'll keep speaking that Spanish. But if it's like, you know, like my grandmother came from Puerto Rico and she still speaks Spanish, but I don't. Sometimes that's why your kids don't speak that much Spanish. So you got to talk to him a lot of Spanish and take him to Puerto Rico.
Well, on that note, unfortunately, I got to let you go, Nick. But the album,
You got to
Fénix,
go like that so quick. Oh, my God. Huh?
we got to do. I know. It flies by when we're up here having a
I've
good
been
time.
loving my people here, man. I'm having a good time.
More songs.
I'll give him one song if you want me to.
All this. You want to give him one more song? You want to end on
I'll
a
give him
song?
a song.
Let's give the people what they want. Why
What song do you guys want? El Perdón? Perdón? Dime si es verdad, me dijeron que te estás casando. Tú no sabes cómo estoy sufriendo. Esto te lo tengo que decir. Cuéntame, tu despedida para mí fue dura. ¿Será que te llevo a la luna? Y yo no supe hacerlo así. Te estaba buscando por la calle gritando. Eso me está matando. Es que yo sin ti y tú sin mí. Dime quién puede ser feliz. Eso no me gusta. ¿Qué? Es que yo sin ti y tú sin mí, dime quién puede ser feliz, eso no me gusta, eso no me gusta. Nos fuimos como tú te llamas, yo no sé de dónde llegaste ni pregunté. Lo único que sé que quiero con usted, quedarme contigo hasta el amanecer.
Well, on that note, ladies and gentlemen, keep it going. Make some noise one more time. Join me in thanking the great Nicky Jam